Hello friends, it's Jack here with Cowbell Farm, and I just wanted to just yell at you for a second. Not really yell, but talk to you. I don't really know what's on my mind, except for I just had to go wrangle a goat, and I tried for 30 minutes to catch him by myself, and I had to wait for my husband to get home, and then we finally caught him. I did not get any footage of this because there would have been no way to do it without someone else filming because we were all over the place. We finally got him to come inside the barn and trapped him up in one of the birthing pens to grab him to move him to the chicken coop. We had to put him on the other side of the fence because he has made himself an enemy of mine by trying to now mate all the babies that were born that are just itty bitty babies. He will not leave them alone, so we are removing him. And he will be moving to another farm soon, but we had to separate them for safety because we don't want any of the babies getting hurt. And sometimes you just have males, and I don't think he's purposely he's just, that's in his DNA. They're girls and they're just a couple months old, and they're not even in heat yet or anything like that. I don't know. He's just gross. So we moved him, and now I have to find him a place to go live. So I am in the process of finding a new home for Oscar. He is a Nigerian dwarf, and I will try to put a picture of him on here. And then I have a baby buckling that we also will catch tonight and move him because he's 4 months old. And he can definitely also breed at this point. So we want to separate him so that we don't have any of these casualties with sisters, mamas, anything like that. Cousins, whatever. We don't play those games around here. Every year I replace my male goat so that this does not happen. Like, I don't always want to keep one because they're pretty disgusting. But for animal husbandry and having babies and having milk, I kind of need to do that. So I try to keep them just one season and then move them out. So I usually get a baby boy in the spring and then let him stay till he breeds with everybody, and then he goes on and moves away with someone else's goats. And at this point, I am so mad at this goat, I actually called a friend and was like, do you know who anybody wants him? Please just come get him because he's driving me crazy. And this goat is, he's not mean in any way, shape, or form. He actually is so skittish, he runs from you. But he has a head-butting competition with everything that he comes into contact with. He will tear like a tree up because he just runs out to the tree and starts getting his horns and just like being destructive. He hasn't ever tore up the fence. He has never messed with the fence, but the hose pipe was in the fence one time, and him and the hose pipe went like, 90 to nothing. He was like grabbing it with his horns and like thrashing and everything. So I had to move the hose so he didn't tear the fence up. But if there's anything in the field, a bucket or whatever, he acts kind of like a bull and just goes and headbutts it and slams it around and stuff. And I have never had a goat do that ever. Like, I've had 10 years of having goats or more, maybe 12 years. And I have never had a goat as mischievous as he is. And his little girls were born. He had one boy, and I've got 5 girls right now. And I have 3 more that haven't had babies yet because this is the first time all of my goats did not have babies at the same time. It's been the strangest year for births. They had them later in the season, and we did have more girls born, but I've got 3 that still are going to have babies. And he has the genetics of that headbutting, and so his little baby girls even are a little headbutty. And I don't really have too many girls that are headbutty, but if you put your fist down, they automatically just like lower their heads like as a defense. And I'm like, yeah, we need to breed those genetics back out of y'all because those are bad qualities to have. And they may headbutt each other, even my real head buddy girls, I have one that I traded a male goat for last season. Let's see, maybe 2 years ago. I traded my blue-eyed boy for, you know, I didn't really need this like girl, but I got a 3-year-old girl, and she is ridiculous, and we call her Edna. You've probably seen some videos with her, and she's cranky and moody, and she does not like to share anything, so she runs everybody off of food. It doesn't matter if I put 5 piles of food out. She will go run them off of all of them. And so she's a little bit ridiculous. And when I got her, I named her Edna because it just seemed like a grumpy old lady name. Sorry if your name's Edna and you're sweet. No offense. I'm sure there's some really sweet Ednas out there, but it just fit. And so even with her being like head buddy, she has really long horns, and she's gotten her horns stuck in the fence multiple times, and I have to get her out. But I can hear that goat outside right now just screaming because he's so upset that he's on the other side of the fence. Let me walk out there and finish this video. It is, however, very windy out here. I realized that after I walked out here. But he's just out in the chicken coop, and I don't know if you can hear him yelling out there, but he is not happy about being alone right now. But it's your own fault, honey. Your own fault. You shouldn't have been so reckless. So I'm hoping that we can find him somewhere to go. If anybody knows of anybody that would love to take him in, I don't know if he would be what I would say would qualify as a really great buck, because he has not been my worst by far. He has literally been, he's sweet. He's just skittish. I've had some that did headbutt me. I had one that headbutted me, and as soon as he did that, I got rid of him. And that was more because, in his defense, the boys played with him really rough when he was a little bitty. And so they would push on his head and everything. So he just thought he was playing. And his name was Elliot. And he ended up having to have, I think the people I gave him to ended up having to put him down because he had a horn that was growing back into his head. So his horn was like a ram's horn, and it grew back into his head, and so it had to be constantly cut at the end. And I think they ended up, it caused some problems, and so I think they had to put him down. But, you know, life on the farm. Sorry if that offends anybody. But on a farm, you have to do things, and we have livestock, and we have cows, and we take our cows to the slaughter, and we eat meat from them. So if you are homesteading, you probably do these things or buy cows anyway, so you kind of have that idea. But the chasing of them, I didn't realize, I guess, how out of shape I was. So for 20 minutes of chasing this goat, I felt like I had ran a marathon. And I just was like, you need to get back into your exercise routine, because ever since I've been keeping the baby for the past month, I have not been to the gym. I haven't done my running. I haven't done anything. And so I really felt it today. I thought, yeah, let's go get him. And then I was so out of breath. It was ridiculous. So apparently that put me in check also. So I need to get rid of a goat. I need to get back to my exercising every day and, you know, quit being lazy. Like, I'm the least lazy person, but I feel lazy right now because I don't really have anything to do on the farm in between seasons. So I'm kind of in that lull of waiting. We're about to build the fence, but we're waiting on it to cool off a little bit more and to get the rest of our fence posts and things like that. Hopefully we will have that by the end of the year. Not 100% on that, because I thought 2 years ago we would have it, and we still don't have it. So, I mean, you know, you wing it. You just have to wing it sometimes on a farm. You don't know. I didn't even pick all those muscadines, y'all. I put that video out like a few weeks ago, or a week ago, and was going to go back and pick the rest of the muscadines, and literally have not had any time that I felt like getting out there and doing it. I was busy doing other things and totally neglected it, and now I think they're a little too far gone. But there's always next year. So I will probably only make 1 gallon of wine this winter, and I will probably teach a class on that one because it'll be the only one that I'm making. And then go from there and make jelly with the rest of it because I didn't make any jelly the last 2 years and I'm getting low on that. So, I mean, there's always something going on, but I'm so tired. Real life is that having a farm is hard. It is tiring, and I don't know why I'm so tired this year. I mean, it possibly could be that I'm chasing a 2-year-old 4 or 5 days a week. Could add to the level of being more tired this year, but I don't know what's going on with me. It's like sometimes, and I don't mean this like I actually want to move somewhere, but man, sometimes it'd be nice to live with a patch of grass that's about 5 feet wide and that's all I had to do. Or someone did that for me just from time to time. But I wouldn't trade any of this for the world. Like, there's no amount of money that I would sell this heritage that my family has left me. My granddad started here in like the 50s and he was an egg farmer. So it's just built its way up from there. But yeah, my day is, I'm out of shape and it put me in check to, sometimes I feel like I'm 20. Ow! The cat just bit my toe. Dang it, Nacho, why'd you bite me? Meanie? Golly. For no reason, just got up and bit my toe. Sorry about that. Shenanigans. But yeah, I really want to steward the land that I have and do good by it, because my grandparents had such a plan for what was going to happen here, and they died so early in their life. They died in their 60s, my mom in her 50s, and yeah, just I see so much potential, and I just want to do so much, but also I'm one person, so I have to rein myself in, because then I give myself way too much to do, and then I get stressed out about how much I have to do. And so sometimes I just have to go, okay, I want to do this, but that's not going to happen this year. And that is something that you pretty much have to do if you are homesteading and you don't have a lot of help. You have to put limits on what you can achieve within a year, and set yourself goals. And if you don't make those goals, it's okay. Try again later. Try again next year, if the Lord willing. But guys, thank you for just listening to my little rant about goats and being out of shape. So if you want to know if you're out of shape, go chase some goats. See if you can catch one. All right, guys. God bless. Talk to you later. Bye.